President Trump's travel ban affecting residents of 6 mostly Muslim countries is back in effect.
Our country cannot be the victim of horrendous attacks by people that believe only in jihad.
The TSA on notice to find a way to get passengers through the security screening process quicker.
No way I'm getting you on your connecting flight.
Why do they call Wednesday Hump Day?
I don't know.
The following radio show is best heard loud.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The show started.
The Big 1400 WJZM radio. It is 7 o'clock and 30 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Past presidents have talked about it. This president, Donald Trump, is about to act on it.
After months of deliberations, the president has decided the U.S. will recognize Jerusalem as the capital of the Jewish state. He will also announce long-term plans to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to the Holy City. U.S. officials note that almost all of Israel's government agencies and parliament are in Jerusalem. However, Arab leaders have warned the move could jeopardize White House Mideast peace efforts. Worried about unrest, the State Department has warned staff to avoid traveling to Jerusalem's Old City or the West Bank. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The Kremlin promising a closer look at the International Olympic Committee's decision barring Russia from the upcoming Winter Games in South Korea.
The Russian Olympic Committee is suspended with immediate effect.
Being punished for state-sponsored doping, according to IOC President Thomas Bach. Also at SRNnews.com, Donald Trump Jr. testifies today before the House committee probing Russian meddling in last year's election.
The president's eldest son is expected to face intense questioning during his voluntary appearance before the House Intelligence Committee concerning a meeting at Trump Tower with a Russian lawyer offering dirt on the Clinton campaign. He could also be questioned about Twitter messages he's admitted exchanging with WikiLeaks, which later published Democratic emails stolen by Russian hackers.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Fierce winds hampering efforts to battle the Southern California wildfires. Conditions are dangerous for flying water-dropping aircraft. One of the worst of the fires burning in Ventura County, where hundreds of homes may have been destroyed and the blaze has yet to be contained. Dow futures down 44 points. NASDAQ futures off 30 points. This is SRN News. The Supreme Court ruling in the case of a Colorado baker who refused to make a cake for a same-sex wedding could be a landmark.
It's a huge case. Certainly the first one dealing with a real conflict between the notion of same-sex marriage and the First Amendment.
Travis Weber with the Family Research Council.
It will be important how this case comes out in a number of areas to ensure that people of faith have the freedom to continue just to live as they want to live.
Arguments yesterday, the decision expected next year. Christian Solidarity Worldwide calling on Vietnam to release all prisoners of conscience. CSW joins 13 other Vietnamese and international organizations who are pushing for the communist government to set free all people arrested for their faith or politics. Ministry CEO Mervyn Thomas says our research consistently finds that Christians and other religious communities in Vietnam experience violations of their right of freedom of expression. SRN News. Senate Republican leader insisting that he has not backtracked when it comes to Alabama GOP Senate candidate Roy Moore.
Several women have accused Judge Roy Moore of sexual misconduct when they were teenagers and he was in his 30s. He denies the allegations. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had hoped Moore would withdraw from the race, but since he shows no indication of doing that, and if he wins...
Based on a 1969 Supreme Court decision, we would have no option but to swear him in.
But Senator McConnell adds if Moore joins the U.S. Senate, he would immediately face an ethics committee case. GOP senators have distanced themselves from Moore, but President Trump recently endorsed him, and the Republican National Committee is restarting financial support for Moore. Linda Kenyon, Capitol Hill.
Doctors treating the U.S. Embassy victims of mysterious invisible attacks in Cuba have discovered brain abnormalities as they search for clues to explain hearing, vision, balance, and memory damage. More details, SRNnews.com.
The Volunteer State's top high school seniors will square off on the gridiron on Friday night, December the 8th, in the annual Toyota East-West Tennessee All-Star Classic. The event will take place for the first time ever at Austin Peay's Forterra Stadium. And the city of Clarksville is proud to welcome some of our state's top athletes. General admission tickets will be available prior to the game's kickoff at 7 p.m. for $10. However, anyone with a military ID will watch the game for free. For more information on this exciting event, fans can go online to visitclarksvilletn.com or call 931-245-4330. It's the annual clash of our state's top high school football talent. The Toyota East-West Tennessee All-Star Classic. December the 8th at 7 p.m. on campus at Austin Peay.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, Clarksville area weather, intervals of clouds and some sunshine today. Expect a high today of around 52 degrees. Clear and cold tonight, 31 for an overnight low. And for Thursday, chilly periods of clouds and sunshine, a high of 42 degrees. Currently, we're at 30 degrees at 7:06 at the Big 1400 WJZM Radio with a look at traffic. Here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county is moving along this Wednesday morning. Looks like 41A out at Fort Campbell looking good this morning, only slow in a couple of spots. Looks like Tylertown Road, Tiny Town Road, Trenton Road, all very busy at the moment. 48 and 13, if you're headed into the city from the county, very busy, especially out by Montgomery Central. 41A bypass is slow in a couple of areas. Looks like the MLK 76 connector looking good this morning. But Rossview Road, I do see some stop traffic on there. I don't see a wreck or accident or anything at the moment. Just traffic is very busy out that way as people head out to the interstate to go to Nashville. Now, if you are headed to Nashville this morning, well, 24 looks good all the way into the Music City. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Well, good morning. As we keep watching on traffic, checking your Rec 40 westbound near OHB and Hermitage, all that traffic coming from Wilson County. There's a wreck tying up the intersection of Murfreesboro Pike and Hobson Pike, Fairfield at Lafayette Street, also there in Hermitage. Starting to really pick up out here, bumper to bumper 65 south at Trinity Lane. This is the time of year you should call NashPainting.com. 100% satisfaction guarantee, 10-year warranty. Call NashPainting.com at 615-85-PAINT. From the GimmeA5.com Traffic Center, I'm Commander Chuck.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning on the Big 1400 WJZM. It is 7:07, and that means it's time for the Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Today is the 6th day of December as we head toward Christmas 2017. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
I can't believe you said the word.
What? I didn't say the S word.
No, you even sounded like you were looking forward to Christmas when you said it. But you won't. Hey, I know there's a soft spot in that heart of yours. I know that he's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere John goes, with a South sandwich in hand and candy canes. That don't make a whole lot of sense, does it? How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right. I think you need another cup of coffee.
What is that wind blowing? What? Is that winds of change? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But anyway.
You think there is? I feel a north breeze.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's not, I don't even hear jingle bells. I hear something else.
It'll get louder.
It will?
And then you'll be able to differentiate exactly what it is. Yeah. But we've got to get through today. Today is the 6th of December. That means that it is a Wednesday. That means that it is a Governor Wednesday. Yes. Our friend Bill Persinger will be here during the 8 o'clock hour. We'll be talking about all things Austin Peay. And I can hardly wait. I think he's going to bring the baseball coach with him today. So we'll talk about, they play ball after the first of the year. So we'll talk about that. But thank you, Clarksville. Good morning. WJZM radio. Right now we're at 30 degrees, expecting a high today of around 52. Sports Now update coming your way at 7:20 this morning, brought to you by Mr. Appliance on the Big 1400 WJZM radio. Musically, the Time Machines, the Spinners, and some Lou Rawls on the way. But first and foremost,
what time is it?
We got to do the birthdays, y'all.
Happy birthday.
Johnny Football Manziel is 25. Of course, he's a Heisman-winning Texas A&M quarterback who's now Johnny unemployed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Where is he
all
now?
that money, that signing bonus he got for
I'm sure it's gone.
Yeah.
Daddy, can I get an allowance this week?
Sarah Rafferty is 45. She's Donna Paulson on the Suits. Judd Apatow is 50. Right now, he is comedy. Man, he's written so many comedy movies, and he's directed The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up. This is 40. He directed Amy Schumer in Trainwreck. He also produced Anchorman 1 and 2, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I mean, all these movies. He's just a very, very talented talented man, and he's 50. And you know somebody who's 62 today is Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright.
And you remember he was hot. He was like a flash, and then he just kind of faded into the sunset.
Yeah, but faded away.
Yeah, he's the one. For those of you, Stephen Wright. He's the one that had the clown hair, and he had the deadpan face. His expression, his countenance never changed.
No.
But I thought he was funny. Tom Halsey is 64. He was the title character in Amadeus and Pinto in Animal House. You remember that?
Yeah, I do. Animal House. That's a good movie.
Animal House. Jo Beth Williams is 69. Remember her from The Big Chill and Poltergeist. Ryan White, who was a young hemophiliac. He died in 1990. He was an AIDS hero. 19 days until Christmas, 9 days until Star Wars.
Woo! I'm ready. Oh, sorry. Let's check in with Jimmy Troglin, who's standing in line. Jimmy, how you doing this morning? Are you cold?
No. And 149 days until the new Avengers movie opens.
And 100 days until daylight savings time starts again.
Daylight savings time.
Yes, I am ready.
But let's just get through this Wednesday, the 6th day of December.
Oh, okay.
First,
Okay,
we'll start looking. We'll start counting 100 days, 99 days until daylight savings time.
After the first of the year, after we get through Christmas, and New Year's,
we got enough.
All that crap.
We've got enough on our plate right now. So we just need to hold on like it is. Okay.
All right.
We can do that.
I'll try.
But anyway, I hope your day is going well. Bundle up when you send the kids out because it is cold and it's not going to get much better than 52 degrees.
It's a good day for some chili casserole today.
Some what?
Frito casserole. Frito casserole today.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good.
Oh, I thought you meant
Frito casserole
with some chili.
Some hot peppers on it. Some melted cheese.
Oh, man, that does sound good. Ooh. That sounds almost as good as a shrimp cocktail with a steak for two. I don't know where I could get that.
Well,
but anyway.
There's a special menu we have to order off of tonight. It's a 99-cent meal. You can get 4 chicken nuggets, small fry, and a drink.
What are they going to cart in the McDonald's?
I like cart,
yeah. The Big 1400 is the Wednesday edition. It is the Governor Wednesday edition with Chuck and John on Good Morning Clarksville.
Just for fun. Music. Too much.
1400 WJZM Radio. Right now we're at 31 degrees on Good Morning Clarksville with Chuck and John this Governor Wednesday on the Big 1400. You know, according to a new survey, the worst Christmas presents are
Yes.
ugly clothing, toiletry kits, bath salts, socks, and T-shirts with clever sayings on them. So,
yeah,
I'm going to have to send back all of the Life is Good T-shirts that I ordered for people in my family.
Life is Good T-shirts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have
to... Yeah, you might want to send those back.
I'm going to have to send them back,
you might have to, because
I don't, you know...
I think one, supposedly is supposed to get Preonce T-shirts, right?
Yeah. The one has sent me a picture of all the Preonce T-shirts. Yeah.
And you have to pick one or two or three, or is it like multiple choice?
I'm sure that if we got all 9 of them, they would be fine with them.
Okay.
But she's not listening, so I'm not really worried about it.
Okay, you said that the other day, and she's
what
not
happened.
listening, and
look what happened.
Then you get, Dad?
Yeah, I understand.
I hear what you're saying.
But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm putting you on the spot saying
No,
this,
hey.
You got to produce.
Yeah, we got to produce, and decisions. But, they'll ship those things out so quickly. I was talking to my wife last night. I said, have you done anything on the line? She said, no, they'll get here, because they ship stuff, quickly.
Yeah.
We ordered some things. I think she ordered some things Sunday, and they were already shipped. Well, she ordered them Monday, and they were already shipped yesterday.
Yeah, most of them, if you buy a certain amount, you get free shipping.
Yeah, and that that $12, $18, that helps.
That gets you another T-shirt.
Another Life is Good T-shirt?
Yeah.
Back in the day, 1,672 years ago in 345 A.D., the real St. Nicholas died. He secretly gave gifts to poor brides-to-be. He's now the patron saint of bankers and pawnbrokers. 168 years ago in 1849, Harriet Tubman escaped from slavery in Maryland. 152 years ago in 1865, the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, was ratified. 76 years ago in 1941, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt appealed for peace to Emperor Hirohito of Japan. How'd that turn out?
Let me check my book and see. History book.
The very next day, Pearl Harbor was bombed.
Yeah, not well.
53 years ago in 1964, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer first aired on NBC. 48 years ago in 1969, 300,000 fans attended Woodstock West, a festival that features Santana, Jefferson Airplane, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and the Rolling Stones at Altamont Speedway in Livermore, California. 48 years ago, 1969, Na-Na, Hey Hey, Kiss Him Goodbye by Steam hit #1 on the singles chart.
They were fake.
Were they?
I think they were fake. They were a fake group.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, they were kind of Milli Vanilli type.
Like the Monkees?
Yeah, kind of like that, yeah.
38 years ago, in 1979, the first Star Trek movie was released. 32 years ago, Spies Like Us hit the movie theaters. I remember that with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. 29 years ago, we lost the great Roy Orbison. He died of a heart attack at the age of 52.
One of my favorites.
And 17 years ago, Warner Klemperer, Colonel Klink.
That's right.
On Hogan's Heroes. Huh?
Yeah, Colonel Klink. We have our own
Not our Colonel Klink.
No, I know, the original Colonel Klink.
He died at the age of 80.
80 years
old. And 14 years ago, 2003, Elvis Costello married...
Elvis Costello?
No, he married Diana Krall. She's a jazz singer. Yeah. Today is their 14th anniversary.
Wow.
And 14 years ago in 2003, funk godfather George Clinton was arrested in Tallahassee, Florida.
For what?
After he told an inquisitive police officer that he had, quote, a little cocaine in his pocket. And the officer spotted a crack pipe on the seat of his car.
What'd he do? Pull out 3 pounds out of his pocket?
So, I would love to have seen that mugshot of George Clinton.
Yeah, he might have looked a little wild looking. I bet he pulled out 3 or 4 pounds out of his pocket.
Natural.
Yeah.
He was natural, the way he looked.
Naturally.
Yeah. George Clinton. But that's back in the day. Time now for a Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Mr. Appliance on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Mr. Appliance. Get it fixed fast with a quick call to Mr. Appliance at 931-503-7070.
The Nashville Predators have taken sole possession of first place in the NHL's Western Conference by way of a 5-2 win last night over the Dallas Stars. Backup goalie UC Saros made a career-high 43 saves in the triumph, and the Predators got goals from Kevin Fiala, Cody McLeod, Pontus Ahlberg, Kyle Turris, and Kalle Jarnkrok in the win. Nashville is on a real hot streak as of late, having won now 3 straight contests and 8 of their last 10 going into a Friday night home battle against the Las Vegas Knights. Now on to Knoxville, where the University of Tennessee football coaching search wears on. New Vols athletics director Philip Fulmer, according to ESPN.com, conducted yesterday a second interview with both Georgia defensive coordinator Mel Tucker and Auburn DC Kevin Steele. The worldwide sports leader is also reporting that Fulmer is scheduled today to meet for a second time with Alabama defensive coordinator Jeremy Pruitt. Multiple sources in and around Knoxville are reporting that UT hopes to have this search wrapped up by the weekend in order to get the new coaching staff out on the road recruiting. Lastly, we remind you that today is a huge day in terms of the city of Nashville's Major League Soccer hopes. Nashville Soccer Club owner John Ingram and other leaders pushing Nashville's MLS expansion bid are in New York City today, where they will make their final case to League Commissioner Don Garber and the MLS Expansion Committee. Officials from Nashville, Sacramento, Cincinnati, and Detroit were all invited to the league office as finalists for 2 expansion bids that will be awarded, according to Major League Soccer, no later than December the 14th. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Don't despair over that busted stove, broken dishwasher, or out-of-order dryer. Just pick up the phone and call Mr. Appliance. He offers flat rate pricing, meaning there aren't any hidden fees, and he promises an always quick response with same or next day appointments. Mr. Appliance also gives you a complimentary 1-year parts and labor warranty on every household repair. You can book an appointment anytime by calling 931-503-7070 or by going online to MrAppliance.com/Clarksville.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, Chuck and John on this Wednesday edition, a Governor Wednesday edition.
Hello, governors.
Yes. Did you know that hot water freezes faster than cold water? Since it's so cold, I just thought I'd share that.
So cold?
Yeah. I mean, since it's cold.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean.
So cold.
Well, it's not so cold, but you just wait. You just wait till the weekend.
You think it will be?
You just, Buddy Rowe, you just wait till the weekend.
Well, let's go to the football game Friday night.
You take Let's and go ahead. Me and after a while will be there later.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
If you'll go.
Yeah. But it's a process called Impemba effect. It's called the Impemba effect. And the theory behind it is that the molecules in hot water are more stretched out, which allows them to release energy faster and freeze quicker. So, you know.
That's pretty neat. Now, have you seen the videos like where they're in Alaska or somewhere and, you know, it's 50 below zero and they throw the hot water in there and it freezes?
Yes.
It's pretty neat looking.
Yeah.
So that's what it's called.
Yeah. Impemba.
Impemba.
The Impemba effect.
Yeah,
so see?
It's pretty neat.
What did you do?
I learned something on the radio this morning.
Yeah, and you know what?
Tomorrow,
we really appreciate all the
it,
people that send us likes and say good morning to us.
Yes.
You know, Sherry and Bill Powers and
Uncle Bill.
Yeah. Well, Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill. He's your uncle too, isn't he?
He's everybody's uncle. You know, just ask him. But we appreciate them.
Good morning.
You know, so it is Good Morning Clarksville. This is Good Morning Clarksville, and with Chuck and John. The Big 1400 WJZM Radio right now where it's 32 degrees.
Oh, it's so cold.
It's 7:35. Expect a high today of 52. 31 for an overnight low, and then 42 for an expected high on Thursday. I was thinking about, you playing that Steam because that song went to #1 all those years ago. And could you think that you could play something from their greatest hits album?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be the same one.
Yeah. What about their greatest Christmas hits album?
It'd be the same one.
Okay.
Na 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 na.
Yeah.
Santa's gone.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Oh.
Anyway, hey, Pizza Hut is going to start delivering brewski.
Oh, I can get daddy sodas with my pizza?
Pizza Hut is always looking for ways to get
pizza.
more of the pizza delivery market share, but this move almost seems unfair.
Oh.
Now they're going to get you to pick them over Domino's, Papa John's, and the rest by bringing you beer. Ooh. That's right. They just started testing the beer delivery in Phoenix, where you can order 6-packs along with your pizza with no extra charges or fees.
Ooh.
And they're planning to expand this delivery program to other cities, quote, quickly. I wonder if it catches on. The first major pizza chain in America to offer alcohol delivery is now Pizza Hut. So I wonder I guess they'll have to ask for your ID when they deliver it, right?
Probably, because I'd like to order a pepperoni pizza.
Son, how old are you?
I'm 18. I'm 21. I'm 42.
Yeah.
You're only 13.
And I want some daddy
that.
soda to go with it.
That's right. That's
and
why
I'll
I'll
put
call
extra
and...
cheese on it?
Yes. Yeah. Give me a 6-pack of daddy sodas, please.
But I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is. It's hard to believe.
Dyslexic.
Oh, no.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The answer.
The answer is...
Michael Flynn and Melania Trump when Donald tries to touch her in bed.
I don't even want to touch
the question,
Go ahead.
Name 2 people who've rolled over. Jokes dyslexic. The answer, Wiz and Snoop Dogg. The question, name things in Southern California that are already really high right now.
Snoop.
Yep.
I like Snoop.
Have you seen that show he and Martha Stewart have together? They have a cooking show.
Boy, they are the odd couple.
Hmm.
Maybe she's engaging with Snoop a little bit backstage.
I don't know. You know what I mean? You think she might be taking a little...
Yeah, a little...
No, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Line.
She's a convicted felon. She might have picked up some new tricks in prison.
She might have.
Yeah. The question, the answer.
Ask
Dasher, Donner, and Blitzen. The question, name 2 reindeer and one of the many things that the Cleveland Browns can't handle. The Blitzen, yeah, right.
The Blitzen, we can't.
The answer, Superstore. The question, name an NBC comedy and the place where Superman buys his capes.
I like Superstore.
Yeah.
That's funny. You ever watched it?
No, I don't.
It's real offbeat.
I'm binging on Twin Peaks.
It is a really offbeat show, but it's pretty funny. It depends on what sense of humor. You'd probably sit there and go, what in the world is going on with these people?
Well, I might not.
They work in a big store.
Like a Lowe's?
No, maybe like a Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like a Walmart.
There's some storylines in that.
There's some weird characters.
Yeah, there's some storylines in that,
Strange characters.
Yeah, the Big 1400, WJZM Radio. It is Good Morning Clarksville with Chuck and John. It is a Governor Wednesday here on the Big 1400, WJZM. Right now it's at 32 degrees. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Clarksville's original, the Big 1400 WJZM.
Decorate your gifts with instant games. They will make a lovely gift topper. Everyone will celebrate your presence at the awkward office gift exchange. You will be the hit of the party just by giving people a chance to win. So add holiday games to your gifts and you won't make the naughty list.
Give the gift of holiday games from the Tennessee Lottery. Just remember to play responsibly.
The weather's turning colder, the holidays are drawing near. So give to those you love the most some holiday joy and cheer. Forget the socks and sweaters, underwear is just too weird. So celebrate the holidays at lottery games this year.
Spread some cheer by topping gifts with holiday instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, cheer-spreading fun. Just remember to play responsibly.
Hey, are you stressed out about a receding hairline or tired of daily watching handfuls of hair float down the drain? You can eliminate hair loss and grow brand new hair with the all-new Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Restoration Tonic. Over-the-counter shampoos are damaging your scalp and causing hair loss with harsh detergents. Vermax offers natural, botanically based solutions to clean your scalp, prevent hair loss, open up pores, and reestablish hair follicles. Don't be bald. Call Vermax today at 888-601-7864 to get that lush, healthy head of hair that you've always wanted. Eliminate hair loss with Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Restoration Tonic. Call 888-601-7864 right now.
Ever lost or misplaced your debit card? Now, before that happens, download the Card Valet mobile app. With it, you can turn your F&M debit card on and off, establish when, where, and how it is used, and much more. And best of all, it's free from F&M Bank. Member FDIC.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Queen City Disposal is your locally owned and operated refuse company, offering nearly 4 decades of quality service to the residential communities of Clarksville. They also offer commercial business services in Montgomery, Houston, Stewart, Dixon, Robertson, and Cheatham counties. Queen City Disposal is clean and green certified. At Queen City Disposal, they focus on personal customer service. You'll never be lost in the corporate jungle. Call Queen City Disposal today at 931-896-1500. That's 931-896-1500 and online at queencitydisposal.com.
Looking for a new golf experience? Tired of playing the same old courses? Try Clarksville's newest golf course, the River Club Golf and Learning Center, located along the Red River. The picturesque River Club offers some of the area's best golf, putting greens, and driving ranges. And while you're there, stop by and have lunch in the clubhouse or enjoy some live music in the evenings. It's open to the public and waiting for you. The River Club Golf and Learning Center, Clarksville's premier golf experience. Call the River Club of Clarksville today for more information. 931-919-3200. The River Club of Clarksville.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you. In North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at buyersandharvey.com. Buyersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we've got a Vol Network Notebook coming your way at 7:50 this morning with Bob Kessling, brought to you by CompuZen Flash on the Big 1400. 32 degrees right now. Well, you know, we think about these things and we just need something more to distract us while we're driving. It's not enough that cell phones distract us, but we just need something else.
Wait a minute, I'm texting. Hold on.
Oh, hold on. Yeah,
Come
I know
back
you
to
are.
me in a second.
General Motors has just announced a feature that's coming to new Buicks, Cadillacs, Chevrolets, and GMCs.
They're going to put a touch screen on the dash so you can type while you go.
Shopping in the car.
Shopping in the car.
That's right. You can use the touchscreen on your dashboard to order things like food and gas at places including Dunkin' Donuts, TGI Fridays, Shell, and ExxonMobil. They're going to add Starbucks next year, too. Now, the feature is not designed to make your life easier, though, although I guess that's a possible side effect. GM just flat out admitted they created it because the stores are upset that you currently spend an hour a day driving and not shopping. So they want to give you the opportunity to shop ahead, and it'll be ready by the time you get there. A spokesman says, quote, "For most retailers and brands, the daily commute is the only time not accessible in a consumer's day. The new marketplace gives merchants the ability to safely engage with drivers and passengers." But don't worry, they say that they designed it so it's easy and it only takes a few touches to keep it from being too distracting.
Oh, well.
Yeah, no.
Sir, what
how long you
caused
think
this
it
wreck?
take for you to run into somebody? And,
Well, I was trying to order my
real
coffee.
quick. That's a quick thing. Yeah.
I added 2 sugars and crashed.
So I guess that they pinky swear you that you won't die because someone else was ordering donuts and not watching the road.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Can
I
you
even
imagine?
said that. I mentioned donuts was part of the problem. Donuts and coffee.
Donuts.
And
Go by Dunkin'. Go by Dunkin' Donuts.
Just drive through.
But anyway, that's just something. That'll be an addendum.
It won't
right now.
It won't take that much longer if you just drive through.
Right.
Pick it up.
And yeah.
Here's your coffee. Here's
Get
your
there when you
donut.
get there. Right?
Now, if you pull over, do it from home before you leave, now that would be okay.
Yeah. Make your list out.
Yeah, and punch it in before you drive. While your car is warming up, type in all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
And then
Take a
head
few
out.
extra minutes to type it in. Yeah.
right.
I agree. John Michaels, you need to be working for GM.
I'm not, so.
You might be.
I don't think they care.
You might be interviewing.
I don't know. Uncle Bill probably.
Bill will help you out.
He will?
Yeah, he
Okay.
will. The Big 1400, WJZM.
Music makes it happen. Music for solid gold.
Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck and John. It is a Governor Wednesday on the Big 1400. Clarksville area weather. Intervals of clouds and sunshine. Expect a high today of 52, clear tonight 31. Only up to around 42 for Thursday. Overnight, Thursday night, around 20 degrees. And Friday, 39 for an expected high. Right now, we're at 32 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Time now for the Ball Network Notebook with Bob Kessling. Brought to you by Copies in a Flash.
Lady Vols looking to move to 9-0 going up against Troy. This is the Ball Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. The 11th-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols continue their homestand Wednesday night, taking on Troy at Thompson Bowling Arena. Lady Vols blending in their highly regarded freshmen with veterans Jamie Nard, Mercedes Russell, and Mimi Jackson. Coach Holly Warlick is stressing to the team, stay focused on getting better.
It's about us. We want to get better every game. We want to get better every practice. We set team goals. I had them set individual goals. We're just trying to get better every game, and we don't look ahead, and we learn from what we've done. But this team is does not look ahead, and we try to stay focused.
Should be a high-scoring game against Troy, averaging 91 points per game and forcing an average of 29 turnovers per contest. Last year, Tennessee beat Troy 110-84. Tip-off time for the Lady Vols in Troy Wednesday, 7 p.m. in Thompson Bowling Arena. In towns across Big Orange Country, the holiday season's a busy time as folks shop for gifts, care for their animals, and get their farms prepped for winter's chill. At your locally owned Farmers Co-op, you can address your needs with doorbuster savings happening now through the end of the year on products like Cannon Safes, Co-op pelleted beef cattle feed, heaters, and so much more. Stop by a participating Co-op location today or visit ourcoop.com/savings. Co-op. Proudly farming Big Orange Country. The 24th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers are off until Saturday when they host Lipscomb at Thompson Bowling Arena. Vols will mix in practice with study time for final exams this week. Tennessee and Lipscomb tip off at 2:15 Saturday in Thompson Bowling Arena. And congratulations to Tennessee quarterback Peyton Manning, officially entering the College Football Hall of Fame with ceremonies Tuesday night in New York. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Maintaining a professional appearance in today's competitive market is key to success. Do you have a need for a new logo design? See Copies in a Flash. Their expert team can assist you from start to completion of your logo design. Maybe it's a flyer you need. They can do that as well. Anything to do with print, your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Visit Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. See Copies in a Flash and view all their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash says go Big Orange and are proud to support our community.
Tired of all the clutter on your radio? Turn us up for Clarksville's greatest hits. Turn up the Big 1400 WJZM.
we go. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Chuck and John, it is Governor Wednesday on the Big 1400, and we'll be talking with Bill Persinger and, what's his name? Oh,
what?
Travis Jansen.
Who? What's his name?
Travis Jansen.
Oh, okay. Baseball coach.
You know how we used to always...
Baseball. I like a baseball.
You know how... Did you ever talk about Target and say... You heard people say Target?
Well, yeah, that's what we call it.
Target.
Target. I'm going out to Target and do a little shopping.
Jacques Penney.
Or J.C. Penney.
Well, Jacques Penney is a reality.
Oh.
J.C. Penney knows people don't think of it as a place where you go for fancy designer clothes or expensive designer clothes, expensive anything, really. But they think they've got a pretty good line of nice stuff, so they figured out a smart, kind of self-deprecating way to show it off. They're opening a boutique pop-up shop in New York City on Friday and Saturday, and it's called Jacques Penney. It's going to be filled with a lot of their nicest stuff, and it won't say J.C. Penney anywhere. It'll say Jacques Penney.
They'll make a fortune.
Oh, well, they're not expecting that they're really going to fool anybody. They're just hoping that maybe when you see the stuff laid out nicely and looking all trendy and expensive, maybe you'll start thinking of J.C. Penney a little differently, more like Jacques Penney.
Oh, well, I like J.C. Penney as well.
I'm a fan. You know, now we got to think. We got Target.
Yeah.
We got Jacques Penney. I can't do anything with Sears Roebuck.
No.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with Sears Roebuck.
Martia.
Walmart. WJZM Radio. Right now we're at 33 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Intriguing, if not disturbing, findings about the mysterious stealth attacks on American diplomatic personnel and their families in Havana.
These are the most specific medical findings to date that doctors have been able to come up with, showing that whatever harmed the Americans in Cuba, it led to discernible, measurable changes in their brain.
Correspondent Josh Letterman says the brain abnormalities are discovered as doctors look for clues to explain hearing, vision, balance, and memory damage. President Trump later today will announce U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, as well as the eventual move of the American embassy from Tel Aviv.
The moves will help the president fulfill a campaign pledge to relocate the embassy. Officials, though, say it will not happen immediately, but rather that the president will tell the State Department to begin the multi-year process of building a new one. They say declaring Jerusalem as Israel's capital reflects reality and is not a political statement.
Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani. Also at SRNnews.com, Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore says he's been called a lot of things over the years, especially over the course of this campaign.
I've been called a racist, merely for saying I would protect our borders. A bigot because I stood against I stood for the sanctity of marriage and against same-sex marriage. And I've been called a rebel because I had the audacity to oppose federal courts putting themselves over the Constitution we're all sworn to uphold.
Moore campaigning the other day in rural Alabama with GOP strategist Steve Bannon in tow. Checking Wall Street now, Dow futures down about 40 points, NASDAQ futures off 21, and the S&P futures are down almost 3 points. This is SRN News. Support for Israel is waning among younger evangelicals.
Older American evangelicals love Israel, but many younger evangelicals simply don't care, according to a new survey from Nashville-based Lifeway Research. 77% of evangelicals 65 and older say they support the existence, security, and prosperity of Israel. That drops to 58% among younger evangelicals, those 18 to 34. 4 in 10 younger evangelicals, 41%, have no strong views about Israel at all. Scott McConnell, executive director of Lifeway Research, says for the most part, younger evangelicals are indifferent about Israel. Patrick Foss reporting.
A federal judge in New Jersey is scheduled to hear arguments in a case pitting the state against the Catholic Archdiocese of Newark over a law that makes it illegal for private religious cemeteries to sell monuments and headstones. The Archdiocese has an inscription rights program under which it provides headstones and retains ownership of them. This is SRN News. The International Olympic Committee suspending the Russian Olympic Committee because of doping during the 2014 Sochi Games.
What won't be seen at the Pyeongchang Winter Games is the Russian flag. The Russian national anthem won't be played. IOC President Thomas Bach says Russians who are clean will be allowed to compete.
Under the name Olympic Athlete from Russia, with the acronym OAR.
An investigation found members of the Russian government concocted a doping scheme at the Sochi Games.
This systemic manipulation of the anti-doping system in Russia was an unprecedented attack on the integrity of the Olympic Games.
Russia's deputy prime minister has been banned from the Olympics for life. I'm Ed Donahue.
The same vicious winds that are making 3 Southern California wildfires so destructive are also making the firefight itself more difficult. More details at SRNnews.com.
Guess who's on the cutting edge of up-to-date checking services? Heritage Bank. That's who. You know we're neighborly. You know we're trustworthy. Now know that we have the edge on checking accounts. With Edge Checking, you get benefits like shopping discounts, cell phone protection, and roadside assistance. Now you can be on the cutting edge with a new checking account at Heritage Bank. We're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. Member FDIC. Bankwithheritage.com.
Clarksville area weather, intervals of clouds and some sunshine. 52 for an expected high today. Clear 31 for an overnight low. 42 on Thursday. Down to around 20 degrees, maybe dipping into the teens for an overnight low Thursday. And then Friday, a mostly cloudy, chilly day. Expect a high of maybe 39 degrees. Overnight low Friday night of 27. So if you're going to the football all-star game, bundle up. Saturday, mostly cloudy. 43 for an expected high. Currently, we're at 34 degrees at 8:06 in downtown Clarksville. We'll look at traffic. Here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county is moving very smoothly at the moment. Looks like traffic is still busy out at 79 St. Bethlehem. 41A Fort Campbell busy in just a couple of spots. 48 and 13. If you're headed into the city from the county, it is still very busy out that way, especially by Montgomery Central. 41A Singo busy in a couple of spots with all the construction going on. Looks like Riverside Drive, New Providence Boulevard, both pretty busy at the moment. And also College Street and Madison Street, very busy at the moment. Now, if you're headed to Nashville this morning, well, 24 looks fairly good all the way into the Music City. I do see a couple of slow spots, but other than that, looking good all the way into Nashville this morning. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Good morning. Checking a possible wreck 65 southbound around Harding Place. Traffic's really heavy right now as we check it out live on 40 westbound here at Spence Lane. As you make your way down from the north, that's heavy on 65 south there, bumper to bumper at Trinity Lane. GiveMeA5.com in Madison is now open, but the grand opening is going to be the 16th. They're giving away a 49-inch Samsung television. Log on to GiveMeA5.com for all the details. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning, all brought to you by Heritage Bank on the Big 1400 WJZM. It is 8:07. It is Wednesday, and now it is time for hour number 2 of Good Morning Clarksville, and it is Governor Wednesday. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels, for hour number 2, and it is a Governor Wednesday here on the Big 1400. I was taken aback. I'm kind of excited because yeah, we're talking about food. We're talking about being able to order food and stuff, and I just found out, you know, Krispy Kreme is selling a new gingerbread glazed donut for the holidays.
Is it pumpkin spice flavored?
You can get it starting next Tuesday, the 12th. No, it is gingerbread.
I know. They add pumpkin spice to everything, and I hate pumpkin spice.
Well, that's okay. You don't have to, you know, but gingerbread.
I'll take the gingerbread.
So, you know, you got time. So you can get your coffee and then get your gingerbread coffee donuts at
I'll be there.
At Dunkin'. Is it Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
What is that? Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Help me. Help me, y'all. The big 1400 WJZM radio, 34 degrees, expecting a high day of 52. It is a Governor Wednesday, and of course our good friend Bill Persinger is here. Good morning, Bill.
Good
How
morning,
are you?
sir. I'm doing well.
You doing well? You were shooting Daffy.
Well, not Daffy, but
like
maybe Donald. Donald.
Yeah, he can be irritating.
Yeah.
At times. You doing okay? You had a good week?
Yeah, we have. We're getting towards the end of the semester, and so this is the last. I guess this is the last week of school. Exams start on Friday, so busy time for students.
Yeah, holidays are always like that.
Yeah.
And so you brought with you brought Travis Jansen.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Travis. Travis is the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University. And what a lot of people don't realize is that even though it's cold and you don't necessarily think about baseball, you all have a season that starts when?
In February, so we still have a couple months.
Yeah, but you all are practicing, is that right?
We are. We're on the same, obviously on the same schedule as the students, so actually we're in a time where the guys are kind of winding down and concentrating on exams, and they're focused there. But we have practiced all semester.
Yeah. Do you all practice? Some schools have indoor practice, baseball practice facilities, right?
Yes, sir.
We don't have that luxury.
No, we don't. We have a couple cages that are covered up, but as far as a big facility to really practice indoors, we don't have that. So when January comes around, we're ready for the snow to be gone so we can get outside.
Yeah, but oftentimes that's not the case. But that's why a lot of your games are on the road south. Isn't that right?
Well, a lot of people up north, they think Clarksville, Tennessee is south. So we trick them into coming here, and we actually get northern people to come down to us and play. So in the last two springs, we have been blessed with good weather early on, so hopefully that'll come again.
Travis Jensen's our guest. He is the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University. Travis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Going into third year here, or in the middle of our third year here, married with 3 kids, 12, 10, and 6. So that keeps us very busy. I've been coaching for 20 years now, I guess. So I have a very understanding wife, as most, or as a lot of coaches have, which makes things a lot easier. She really holds things together at the house. Absolutely love coaching, love Clarksville, and it's been a great match so far.
Yeah. When did you know that you wanted to coach?
Well, I got hurt my junior year of college. So junior year of college, I was playing at New Mexico State, sliding into second base, and just literally snap your fingers, and I broke my leg. So I got hurt my junior year of college. Very initially, I was mad. I was mad at baseball. I couldn't believe that happened to me, and so I wasn't really sure I was going to do that. And in my senior year, I made good grades in college, and in my senior year, my college coach at the time said, you're talking about getting these marketing jobs and going into the business fields and all that. He said, you better consider coaching, because that's something you could be really good at. So I guess my senior year of college, ball has run through me since I was a little boy, and I've always been a sports kid. But I really got serious about it, I guess, my senior year of college.
Yeah. Travis Jensen, he's the head baseball coach at Austin Peay. I've always admired baseball teams. When I used to go to some of the games, I'd see the players out there, and they'd be raking the field, and a lot of the things that the prep work they were doing, at some of the fields, and then so you have to go out and recruit these players, and of course you have to recruit against some of the bigger schools, and that puts you on the. Do you recruit all year round?
We do. It's a pretty year long. There are some restrictions from a recruiting calendar for NCAA standpoint, but it's people say if you're not recruiting every day, then you're getting behind, and unfortunately or fortunately, that's the way it is.
Travis, they talk about talking about recruits, and when they talk about recruits, they talk about football, they talk about Texas, and they talk about Florida as being hotbeds for football recruits. is there a hotbed for baseball recruits where you find a lot of good baseball recruits?
It's where the warm weather is. Where your son lives out in Los Angeles, that would be a good example. But you know, California, Texas, you know, Florida, Georgia, those are kind of the big states that people talk about initially just because the warm weather is there. But baseball's, I mean, you know, Tennessee's a very, very good state. There's a lot of schools in the state, so that makes it a little bit more difficult here. But, you know, where the warm weather is, obviously you're able to play more year-round. Obviously, there's going to be more players.
Is it a challenge that you have players that are multi-sport players? How does that interfere with if somebody, you know, said they run track or say they play football and they want to play baseball, or how does that interfere with your recruiting schedule or recruiting, how you go about recruiting?
That's a preference for every coach. For me personally, I like those guys. I like guys that play different sports. I like the guy that'll play basketball and then join high school baseball a little bit late, and he might be a little bit behind. But I like guys. I think it makes kids a better athlete, and it just I think it's a neat thing when kids play for their schools, and I mean, you know, the best athletes should be playing different sports, and so me personally, I like that. And then on top of that, there's an idea that I'm not sure baseball needs to be played totally year-round because you can not give your arm the proper rest and end up hurting yourself. And so to your question, does it make it more difficult? There's times that it could be difficult. For example, we would want to see somebody maybe in the fall play in one of these fall tournaments down in Georgia, and the kids playing high school football. Well, that does make it more difficult, but it doesn't cross them off our list, so to speak. It just, I guess, poses a different challenge.
Well, do you have a particular radius, or will you go wherever the athlete is?
If you looked at our roster, we'll go all over. I would like to stay relatively close or relatively regional, but if we can stay in that 300-mile radius, I mean, that encompasses, you know, I mean, pretty close. I mean, that gets out to St. Louis and down to touches Atlanta and touches Birmingham and you know, swings out, you know, East Tennessee and you know, parts of, you know, Kentucky, obviously. So that encompasses a pretty big circle, and there's a scholarship program at Austin Peay that's 250 miles, a 250-mile radius program that is a reduced tuition, and we've concentrated on that a little bit because we can get kids to come to school cheaper here. But you know, I have been fortunate enough to coach all over, so I know people all over the country, and we gather names from literally corner to corner.
Yeah, you came from Jackson State?
Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State.
Yes, in Alabama, and it's been a blessing. College coaching has taken me all over the country. I've been all over. So, but Jacksonville State, I had 2 different stints there. I was a head coach in Oklahoma at a Division II school, which I think that experience, if I wouldn't have had that experience, there's no way I'm sitting in this chair. And then a host of other assistant jobs.
Travis Jansen is our guest. He is the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University. We've got a Sports Now update coming in just a few minutes with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake. You know, I was thinking, how many young men are on the roster?
We have 36 kids on the team right now.
Really? I don't know why you think of 9 players on the right?
That's right.
And so I was thinking, so that's 4 times 9, that's 36. But how do you specifically look at your needs? Do you first? Everybody talks about pitchers, but there are other players that do other things, and there's some that can play multiple positions.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the 36, the number does maybe sound big, but there's a ton of them that are pitchers. You know, and so if you're going to be good in baseball, you need to have a good pitching staff. So that a lot of those are pitchers. You know, when we recruit, the first place we look is catchers, shortstops, and center fielders. So those are the 3 spots we look the most. That's generally
Why?
Generally the best athletes are in the middle of the field. catching is a very specific position that's pretty unique to itself. And then after that, usually the guys that can run fast and the guys that have good right to left movement, good range, those guys are in the middle of the field. And so we look for guys that play in the middle. A lot of times, guys that are playing those spots can move to the corners if they need to when they get to college. But that's where we focus our attention the most.
Catchers, shortstops, and center fielders. So that means that you can take somebody who is a center fielder and make them a left fielder or a right fielder.
That's exactly right.
And you can take somebody shortstop and they can move to second or maybe even first, right?
That's exactly right. Yes, sir.
Catchers, I don't know.
First base, maybe. maybe first base.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Travis Jansen's our guest. He is the head baseball coach at Austin Peay. Bill Persinger's here. He's the director of marketing at Austin Peay State University. We need to take a break. Time now for a Sportsnet update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Coffee Break and Cheesecake on the Big 1400 WJZM.
Sports Now Update is presented by Coffee Break and Cheesecake at 1191 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Suite F, where they serve homemade cheesecakes made with only the finest ingredients.
The Nashville Predators have taken sole possession of first place in the NHL's Western Conference by way of a 5-2 win last night over the Dallas Stars. Backup goalie UC Saros made a career-high 43 saves in the triumph, and the Predators got goals from Kevin Fiala, Cody McLeod, Pontus Ahlberg, Kyle Turris, and Kalle Yarncroke in the win. Nashville is on a real hot streak as of late, having won now 3 straight contests and 8 of their last 10 going into a Friday night home battle against the Las Vegas Knights. Now on to Knoxville, where the University of Tennessee football coaching search wears on. New Vols athletics director Philip Fulmer, according to ESPN.com, conducted yesterday a second interview with both Georgia defensive coordinator Mel Tucker and Auburn DC Kevin Steele. The worldwide sports leader is also reporting that Fulmer is scheduled today to meet for a second time with Alabama defensive coordinator Jeremy Pruitt. Multiple sources in and around Knoxville are reporting that UT hopes to have this search wrapped up by the weekend in order to get the new coaching staff out on the road recruiting. Lastly, we remind you that today is a huge day in terms of the city of Nashville's Major League Soccer hopes. Nashville Soccer Club owner John Ingram and other leaders pushing Nashville's MLS expansion bid are in New York City today, where they will make their final case to League Commissioner Don Garber in the MLS Expansion Committee. Officials from Nashville, Sacramento, Cincinnati, and Detroit were all invited to the league office as finalists for 2 expansion bids that will be awarded, according to Major League Soccer, no later than December the 14th. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Cheesecake. It's one of those all-time favorite desserts, and the best you've ever had is waiting in the case at Coffee Break and Cheesecake. They make everything from scratch, right down to whipping their own butter. And they're creating delicious flavors like white chocolate with cookie crust, Reese's Pieces, Oreo mint, and s'mores. Come hungry because they sell not slivers or bites, but huge chunks of deliciousness. Coffee Break and Cheesecake at 1191 Fort Campbell Boulevard, Suite F, just past Dover Crossing.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. We've got another Sportsnet update brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy, coming your way at 9:20 this morning. This is Governor Wednesday on the Good Morning Clarksville show with Chuck and John. Bill Persinger is here today, and Travis Jansen, the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University. Bill, today is one of 2 ROW registration, orientation, and welcome days for transfer students.
Yeah, we call it Gov's Row, and so that's
Gov's Row.
Yep.
Okay,
it's geared for any transfer students to come in and basically get ready for the upcoming semester with to transfer their classes, get registered, pay fees, all those things. And
yeah.
So,
you said that it was like a one-stop plan.
Yeah, kind of like a one-stop shop. They set up and they do they have they talk about what you need to do, talk about process and things like that, and then just kind of run them through registration and fee payments and where things are, those kind of things.
So that means you don't have to be running from this building to that building.
That's right.
And it's all right there in one facility.
Yeah, you may have to go to a building or two depending on what you need, but most of it's right there.
Oh, and then tonight, the Student Choreographers Showcase, 5 p.m. at the
Traherne Theater. I'm not sure if that's a theater or a dance event. I didn't have a description to it, but come on out at 5 p.m. I believe it's free and open to the public.
Choreographers dance. don't they?
Yes.
So
that's what I'm assuming.
That it is. And then Friday, December 8th, and Saturday, December 9th, the Department of Music is hosting their annual holiday dinner. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that takes place at 7 p.m. on both evenings. That's a Friday and Saturday night. It's in the Morgan University Center, but the key thing is you've got to RSVP tonight if you want to go. Tickets are $75, but you have to make that call to the music department today.
Yeah, I would imagine that those tickets will go pretty fast.
I didn't check, or I don't know as of last night, but usually it does fill up pretty quick. So contact the music department. It's a fabulous event.
Yeah, and you can contact me, or you can go online to contact apsu.ed/.
apsu.edu, and just scroll down to our calendar of events, and it's listed on those calendar of events. You can click on the event, and it'll give you more information on how to contact the music department by phone or how you can do it online.
Yeah, this is an annual event, so you might want to be a part of that. And then Saturday, we've got women's basketball as Christian Brothers comes to town in the Dunn Center. That will be 2 p.m. For that.
2 p.m. Come cheer on the women's team,
the Lady Govs. And
so
so
they're on fire. They've won.
They are.
They've won 7 in a row.
Yep.
So
they're
really
7-1, I believe, right now.
They won
Is that right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So the volleyball season's over, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
But
they got to go to the big dance, and they didn't win it, but they got that experience, and I think they had a phenomenal team, phenomenal season, and so
we're underselling this. It's their best year in the history of their program. They went 30-6, so I mean they just had a heck of a year.
That's awesome anywhere. 30, and then they got a chance to go to UCLA for the NCAA tournament. So that was good for them. So wait till next year. Congratulations on them. And I did not know the women's basketball team was doing that well. 7-1, you say, Travis?
Yes, sir. They won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing really well.
So the Dunn Center, and then I guess there'll be a little hiatus for tests. You said exams start next week.
Well,
they still have games. I think even go. I don't know about
how many
home.
I'm not sure how many home games.
I think we've got. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at that.
I think Chuck's right. I think there is a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Anyway, go over and support the ladies basketball team. But so a full week of activities going on. Travis Jansen's here. He's a head baseball. I don't want to say basketball. Can't baseball coach at Austin Peay. What do you like about Austin Peay, Travis?
The people. That was an easy one right there. The people have been very welcoming. The community, or the community and the campus both. But I think we've got ourselves plugged into the town pretty good, and we've made a lot of good friends. The people on campus, they have been very, very supportive. They've been a lot of fun to work with. They're family people. They're good to my wife and my kids, so that makes it fun. And so really, really enjoyed the people, and then the location. We didn't really know a lot about Tennessee before we got here. We've lived all over, and we've really enjoyed Tennessee. So it's been a good place.
And of course, we want to build the fan base. But during the Grapefruit League is what? What is that in baseball?
Grapefruit League, that's a minor league down in someplace, long way from here.
Yeah, but that's when they play during the winter months.
Grapefruit League would be. Is that one of the spring training leagues? Maybe that's what
I know it's in the winter.
Yeah.
I know, but anyway, because I was always been fascinated that Austin Peay would travel to different places during February and March, and it's still cold up here. But as you said, you all get the people up north to come down here because they think Tennessee is in the south. We
got a team from Maryland coming pretty early, and Toledo, Ohio. They're excited about coming, and so bring it on. So they think they're coming to warm weather, and if it's in the 50s, everybody will be happy.
Are the practices these days during this period? Is it more conditioning, strengthening, and working on the little fundamental things?
That's a good way to say it. Right now is a time where the weight room is heavy right now, heavier. And then what we do is we try to take each guy and work with them more on an individual type basis and try to improve them individually. This is a good time to try to improve little things that they could do to be a better player. And in the meat of the practice season and the team season, sometimes there's not time to do that. So this is a time to improve individually.
It's so amazing that the baseball has changed so much. When I was growing up, you went out there and you pitched, and as you said, you all look at the catchers and the shortstop and the center fielders, but you think about the pitchers and you think about the techniques and you think about how many pitches they throw, and everything is so scientific these days. And I guess that's a good thing, but you have to stay on top of that to make it work, to be able to apply that to each individual and to your team, right?
That's a good comment, because the internet has changed things so much and it's so prevalent. And we know that our players are on the internet and have access to all of this information. And so we know if our players, that's where their minds are, and that's where, they're seeing all of that stuff, that the coaching staff, we have to understand that things have changed in the last 20 years. And so you do have to be able to adapt and understand kind of where they're at, if that makes sense.
When do y'all have media day? After the first year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It'll be in February sometime.
Okay, so give us a sneak preview of, talk about the strengths and the weaknesses and what fans can look for with the 2018 Governor baseball team.
I think when people talk about us in February, the first thing they're going to talk about is we return a lot of pitching. We return a lot of older pitching. Hopefully that'll bode well for us. But we have, 5 or 6 junior, senior type pitchers that have logged a lot of innings. And so that's very exciting for us. We returned 2 out of our 3 starters on the weekend. We're still trying to figure out who's going to close. We have plenty of options. But our pitching is older, so we're excited about that. From a position player standpoint, we return our catcher, our second baseman, our shortstop, our center fielder, the positions we talked about earlier. We return those folks, so that's a good thing. We did lose some guys that played a lot of years here. We lost pretty much 4-year type starters that played in the field, so there are some holes to fill. Our fall practice went great, so we feel like a lot of guys stepped up. But so I think when people talk about us initially, they're going to talk about our pitching being older, and then the returners that we do return are very good players.
So are you out recruiting this now, or is it a specific time when you can recruit?
This is a dead period. So this time of year, there's not a whole lot of baseball going on right now, with the exception of camps. But we cannot recruit now until March 1st. And when I mean recruit, we can't go out and look at somebody play. So March 1st, we are allowed to go out, and then pretty much we're able to go all the way till November.
Can you look at film?
Yes, sir.
Now?
No,
you can look at film now?
We get emails from people every day. So yes, we are able to do. We can stay on campus and make phone calls and look at film. We just can't leave campus.
Yeah. What about the camps that you mentioned earlier? What kind are those high school camps or college camps, or just what kind of camps are they?
Oh, they have we'll run camps in January. So we'll have a couple of different camps in January where kids that have an interest in Austin Peay, they sign up to come to camp. We'll get 60 or 80 kids that show up, and then it's a chance for them to show their stuff, show what they can do.
And you all watch them?
Yes. Oh, yes. And that's a very easy way to look at people that have an interest in our school.
Is this a 1 day or 2 day?
Oh, I mean, different schools do it in different ways. We do it in 1 day. Mm-hmm. We get them in, and just to be easy on families' travel plans this time of year, they come in for 1 day. In the summertime, they might be more than 1 day.
You have camps in the summertime also?
We do. Yes, sir.
Travis Jansen is our guest. He is the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University. What's on your wish list for Austin Peay?
What's on my wish list? Right now we're in a process of raising money, trying to improve the facilities a little bit. There's been some plans drawn that an architect firm did that they're pretty awesome. So we're in a phase of raising money, trying to go to different alumni and that process. But our facility is
hand feel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're toward the top of the league. There's a couple places that are getting new facilities that'll be better than ours. But as far as wish list, I try to concentrate on the baseball side and get those guys as good as we can. And try to focus on the things that I have control over.
How many assistant coaches you got?
We have 3. We have a very good coaching staff. David Weber, Greg Byron, and Jordan Coffey. So I have 3 assistant coaches.
And do you have any graduate assistants?
One of those guys is, we don't have GAs. The Division I baseball allows 1 volunteer coach. And a volunteer coach is what it sounds like. He's here and paying his dues and cutting his teeth, or whatever phrase you want to throw out there. But he works very hard, and that's the way to get into the business.
Yeah. Okay, first game of the season?
February 16th.
And we're playing?
Maryland Eastern Shore, coming down here for good weather.
Ooh,
one of those northern teams.
Yeah, they're coming down here with we go down there. Y'all play Vanderbilt this year?
We do. We play them relatively early. We play them 3, 4, probably in the first 10 games.
Yeah.
We do, down there.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for coming in, Travis.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be
enjoyed it.
We'll keep up with the Governor baseball team and see how you all fare out.
Please do.
Come back. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Governor Wednesday here on the Big 1400 WJZM Radio.
The world-famous 1400 WJZM.
Decorate your gifts with instant games. They will make a lovely gift topper. Everyone will celebrate your presence at the awkward office gift exchange. You will be the hit of the party just by giving people a chance to win. So add holiday games to your gifts and you won't make the naughty list.
Give the gift of holiday games from the Tennessee Lottery. Just remember to play responsibly.
The weather's turning colder, the holidays are drawing near, so give to those you love the most some holiday joy and cheer. Forget the socks and sweaters, underwear is just too weird, so celebrate the holidays at lottery games this year.
Spread some cheer by topping gifts with holiday instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, cheer-spreading fun. Just remember to play responsibly.
Ever lost or misplaced your debit card? Now, before that happens, download the Card Valet mobile app. With it, you can turn your F&M debit card on and off, establish when, where, and how it is used, and much more. And best of all, it's free. From F&M Bank, member FDIC.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
The Big 1400 is WJZM. Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
How did you sleep last night? Did you wake up sore, or worse yet, still feeling tired? Say goodbye to that constant state of drowsiness with one quick trip to Beds Express. They're fighting sleepless nights one bed at a time, and they're doing so with a trusted staff of comfort experts trained to get you a good night's rest at an affordable price. Go see them at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville, 7643 Highway 70 South in Bellevue, or at 2222 Medical Center Parkway in Murfreesboro. Visit Visit Beds Express today and sleep well tonight.
Was your New Year's resolution to lose weight, but you haven't been able to accomplish this? Then come to the Doctor's Diet Program at 231 Dover Road. They are open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Doctor's supervised weight loss can be achieved by following the simple diet plan. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds, the Doctor's Diet Program can help. Call them today at 931-906-5555. That's 931-906-5555.
You got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Product availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
For all your mini sides, there's Nationwide. Call Clarksville agent Carter Briggs today at 931-906-5100.
Clarksville Online is where you'll find the latest in Clarksville area news, weather, sports, and current events. Depend on Clarksville Online for crime reports and special events, Fort Campbell news and current events, and the latest financial news. Want sports? Then visit ClarksvilleSportsNetwork.com. Movie listings and weather bulletins? Go to DiscoverClarksville.com. And for all you bikers, visit ClarksvilleMotorcycle.com. You'll find everything you need in the Clarksville Online Digital Network. Clarksville Online. We are Clarksville.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio. Clarksville area weather 52 for a high with partly cloudy skies, 31 for an overnight low, 42 for a high on Thursday, and for Friday, a high of 39 degrees with an overnight low of 27. I say that because there is the All-Star football game at Forterra Stadium Friday, and if you're going to that game Friday night, then you will definitely need to bundle up. You know, we could see in the teens for overnight lows in some of the outlying areas.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You better bundle up.
Yeah.
Dress in layers.
Right now we're at 34 degrees at downtown Clarksville. The Big 1400 on Governor Windsor, thanks to Travis Jansen and Bill Persinger from Austin Peay State University for joining us. And they're going to miss this part of our show, which is called Yes or BS.
You know what? I'm cutting your mic off for that.
John, hello. Mic check. Yes or BS? Are you ready?
You couldn't play it while they were here?
I forgot. I give a statement. You decide yes, it's true, or no, it's total BS.
Say? This is BS. Right off the bat. It's all BS.
I didn't give you the statement.
I just made one.
Yeah.
This is BS.
You ready?
Yeah.
There have been shopping mall Santas since the 1800s.
Oh, it's more Christmas.
Yes or BS? This is all about Christmas.
Since when?
Since the 1800s. Yes or BS?
BS.
The first shopping mall Santa was in Massachusetts in 1890.
So you're going to tell me they had a shopping mall in 1890?
Well, they had what they called malls, shopping malls. They might not have been as extensive as the malls we have today, but they were malls. They called them shopping malls. They were probably downtown areas, you know, where they would have, shops.
That answer is BS.
People didn't write about Santa coming down chimneys until the 1950s. Yes or BS?
BS.
Very good. The first person to write about it was Washington Irving, and that was back in 1809.
Yeah, but when he shopped at the mall.
No, the 1809, it was 18, that was before the malls. The malls came about in 1890. Okay? And you think about 1890.
Well, how do you know they didn't have a mall back then?
I didn't say I didn't, but I'm saying the official recognition.
Probably had a theater.
We're talking about shopping, a Santa at a shopping mall.
CarMax theater.
And 1890.
CarMax, yeah.
That was,
Had it all. Probably had a Shoney's. And
yes. Last year in the minors, Santa batted .331 with 3 home runs and 9 stolen bases.
Huh?
Last year in the minors, we're talking baseball.
Yeah.
Travis Jansen.
He needs
head
to be
baseball
here.
coach at Austin Peay.
He could probably answer.
Santa batted .331 with 3 home runs and 9 stolen bases. Yes or BS?
I'm going to say yes.
Very good.
Because it sounds so stupid.
The Mariners have a shortstop in the minor league, and his name is?
Santa.
Kevin Santa.
BS.
He's from Puerto Rico, and those were his actual stats from last season.
Oh, I just got a pink slip.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Looks like we're in trouble. All right, you ready?
That's BS. Oh.
Yes. See? See, that's what you get. That's what you get.
You didn't ask.
Yeah, I did.
What?
And you said BS.
Oh, what was the question?
No, see, you messed up.
I was thinking about this pink
This
slip.
is not, you don't have to
it's like,
just say yes or BS.
I
Are
don't
you
know
ready?
if it's for you or for me.
The next question. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
If every household in the world left out 2 chocolate chip cookies for Santa, and his digestive system wasn't magical, he'd have to jog for over 100,000 straight years to burn off all the calories. Yes or BS?
Okay, I'm going to ask, is that yes or BS?
That's a yes.
Yes.
Very good.
All right, Tony the Tiger, help me out.
It would be about 374 billion calories.
All right, thank you.
And he'd have to run for 109,000 years in a row to burn it all off. And that's not including the extra miles he'd have to put in to burn off the 137 million gallons of milk.
Milk.
And here's the final question.
No daddy sodas?
Here's the final yes or BS.
Okay.
Speaking of daddy sodas.
Oh, let's have some.
Instead of milk, kids in Ireland leave out a pint of Guinness for Santa to drink. And Guinness is daddy soda.
I'm going to say that's yes.
It is a yes. And instead of cookies, they leave Santa a mincemeat pie.
Oh.
No,
no Fritos and hot sauce?
No Fritos and hot sauce.
Hot sauce
they leave
sandwich?
Santa a mincemeat pie. So there you go.
Okay.
You did good. Tony helped you. Y'all did good. Y'all, a team.
I need to get him over here more often.
We need to get on his speed dial so that whenever we're going to do yes or BS, he can come over
I phone him?
and
Well, I guess I can call him a friend.
Can you get a help?
Can I get
from
help?
a friend? Yeah, I think. Very good, John. You done good.
Thank you.
Yeah, the big 1400. Give a round of applause for John Michaels, the winner of Yes or BS. 1400 WJZM Radio, heading up towards 9 o'clock on this Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville.
Don't sound
the
so
Governor
excited.
Wednesday edition.
Hello, governors.
Right now we're at 35 degrees, expecting a high today of around 52, overnight low 31, and then for Thursday, not quite as warm, 42 for an expected high tomorrow. Right now we're at 35 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Time now for some good news. Talking about full circle.
Yes.
42-year-old Daniel Heisel works as a paramedic in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, near D.C. He's been a firefighter for 20 years and an EMT for 10 years. Now, on Monday, he responded to a call about a woman who was going into labor, and he ended up delivering the baby in the back of an ambulance. The mom and the baby are both doing fine. Then later that day, a local news reporter was interviewing him about it at work, and his parents showed up in the middle of it with a cake. They showed up in the middle of the interview with a cake because it was also his birthday, Daniel's birthday. But that's not all. They talked to the reporter all about the day Daniel was born, and it turns out that he also was born in the back of an ambulance. His dad told a story about how a state trooper helped deliver him and said that he was like a guardian angel. Now, exactly 42 years later, Daniel got to do the same thing.
It all happens again.
Yeah, full circle.
What
The
goes
circle
round
of
comes
life.
round. That's right.
Yeah.
Except there were no malls in the 1890s or whatever it was. That was a trick. I'm still mad about that. That was a good story, though. I enjoyed your story.
Well,
today.
John, I'm sure that
But
the
there were
mall-
no malls in the 1800s. I don't care what you called them.
John, I'm sure that what they consider a mall would probably be a town square kind of thing.
No.
And, you know, they'd have like all these different stores and it'd be enclosed.
That was a trick question you gave me. That is, there were no malls in the 1800s.
Look, if you don't like it, our research and development program,
probably.
they're the ones that do this, you know.
A crack team, I'm
They're
sure.
yeah, our research and development department, they are the ones that come up with all these questions. So you have to take it up with them, okay?
I will.
Take
I'm
it-
going
yes,
to.
do
I'm
it.
going to.
John
As soon as we
Michaels,
get off,
who says that there were no malls in the 1800s.
no malls in the 1800s.
And definitively.
They might have called them a shopping area.
Shopping center.
Square.
Would you go with
but
the
they were-
shopping center?
I'd go with no.
And if it was enclosed, if it had a roof
No,
over it
they
and it was
didn't have
enclosed?
them enclosed. The flea market, they're outside. No.
Okay.
The
Big 1400,
that was a great story. I
WJZM
love
Radio.
that story.